Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the video. As you can see, we got the frame back from the sandblaster. It spent about 4.5, maybe 5 hours over there getting sandblasted. And as you can see, it came out great. We got the axle flashed, the frame itself. There's a bunch of small parts over there behind the camera that you can't see at the moment. Right now, we're going to go ahead and get these axles yanked off and set up as well. Because I need to get some primer on all this before it starts flash rusting. So let's get to it. So apologies for not actually recording all this. Spraying primer. I didn't really see it as something that really needed to be recorded. So I'm going to spray these leaf springs. I'm done for the day. Also spraying some color tomorrow. So I didn't record any of this. All I did was spray the primer down and then get the black base coat put on there. I was looking at the frame and I figured it was kind of boring looking black. I had some copper flake laying around, so I went ahead and mixed that up with some clear and just went ahead and sprayed it on top of the frame, and honestly I think it came out amazing. It's not exactly perfect along with the red the truck ends up being, but I still think it looks pretty good. And so after 3 coats of copper, getting everything else painted white along with a purple pearl on top of that, this is where we currently stand. This white will also be going onto the body of the truck, but I had to go ahead and get all this assembled fairly quickly because the body is getting sandblasted and painted the following day after this. So I had to go ahead and get this done really quick, get it rolled out of the shop, get it put into a parking spot so that the sandblaster can go ahead and do what he needs to do the next day. So let's get to that. What's going on, guys? We're currently sandblasting the cab and the bed. I got up to 6, started tearing all the shit apart, so I kind of completely spaced to start recording. Unfortunately, I didn't video any of the frame sandblasting, but we're doing this here at my house, so I don't feel as bad. So that and sandblast guy cool with it. So let's get you out here. And as if Murphy would have it any other way, I lose about 90% of the recordings out here. Turns out Texas sun in August, GoPros tend to not work all that well. Don't know why, but we lost all that video, so let's cut forward to painting. This project has gotten way out of hand. I 100% did not plan on painting this truck until actually this winter, but here we are. So yeah, you're probably not going to be able to hear anything. Well, let's get some primer laid down. So I get all the primer sprayed on all the parts. I'm going to go ahead and insert some pictures in here because obviously the camera didn't follow me around, so it gets kind of boring just sitting there. I went ahead and added the door brackets from OBS Solutions for the Duramax mirrors. They actually fit great. I would highly recommend them. They're very straightforward. They have videos online how to get them put on. Definitely go ahead and order those for your own truck. I got everything else sanded down. I got all the holes covered up for the door emblems, the factory mirrors, a couple of cracks that were in the bed I took care of. I did notice that dent there that's still on the truck, so that kind of sucks. I got everything masked off, got the white shot on top of that because I do need to go ahead and get that taped off. And then a nice moth went ahead and got my paint. Thanks, buddy. Got the mirrors test fitted to make sure they work. They do. Got the frame in front of the shop to get the cab put on. Got the cab lifted in the air, which scared the hell out of me, especially after painting. Got it set down. And then I plopped into a chair and didn't move for about 3.5 hours. What's going on, everyone? So we got the truck primed. We got the white and pearl laid down. Wow. Try to say purple pearl. Right now we're working on the dash. I did already get the plate welded onto the firewall. for the wires to pass through. I'll have some still shots of those here. Basically, at this point, I already got the dash harness ripped out of the 04 truck. I got the dash harness ripped out of the 97 dash. It's an 89 truck, but it already had 97 everything in it. I got the 97 harness pulled out. I'm going to see how much of this 04 harness will line up and how much I got to play with. So let's go through that. I'm basically just chasing the routing of the OBS cables. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm just going to go with this right now and see what lines up where. So it turns out everything else lines up fairly well. All you end up really having to do is extend the AC control wires, which is not that big of a deal, just some butt splices and some shrink wrap, and you'll have all that lined out fairly well. The only other thing I think didn't quite reach was the glove box power wire for the light in the glove box, but I got that sorted out fairly fast too. Got the dash slapped back into the truck, got it on the frame from the, obviously the previous picture here. And then we're going to go ahead and try and get it started. As you can tell, the cab is sitting on the frame. Hopefully for the last time, I still have to do the rear cab mounts, but it looks like I can probably do that without actually taking the cab off. There's just enough room. I can lean the cab up a little bit with some chain hoists and stuff. So I should be able to get that done without an issue. Right now the cab is sitting, as far as I can tell with the tape measure level. I mean, obviously I don't have the bed on there, so I can't tell exactly. But it appears to be level at the moment. It is up high in the front a little bit, but we still have a few hundred pounds of stuff to add to it. 100% not going for a Carolina squat look. So if I have to, I'll put some airbags or something on the back and lift it up, or cut half a coil on one of these springs, something, because that ain't happening. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the under hood harness laid in. I'm not going to put the fenders or anything on. I'm just going to get all the wires laid on there. That way at least they're where they're supposed to be. I want to get the motor started in the truck just to make sure everything's plugged in. Once I can confirm that everything electrically wise is connecting with each other, then I will go ahead and just lay that harness back, put the sheet metal on, attach it, and kind of finalize some stuff. And then do some more paint. So here we go. So I spent about an hour and a half getting all these wires laid out. It really wasn't that complicated. It was more time me figuring out which ground wires I was missing so that the truck would actually power up. Got everything laid out across. I used the factory AC line clamp things to hold the wires up off the turbo and everything. Got everything plugged in. Realized I forgot the PCM. Got the PCM plugged in. And then we're going to go ahead and try and test fire it. Okay, so I want to say all the ground wires and everything needed to physically get communication between the PCM, the dash, the engine, etc. All up and working is connected. I still haven't put the fuel tank on, but I want to go ahead and see if the FICM will come on and if I can get the tuner to connect and just see if everything's working. And then I'll kind of go from there and actually try and get it started. So I'm going to go put a battery on the other side and hopefully not release any of the wire loom smoke.